You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
It is Thursday, September 19th.
It was my brother's birthday yesterday, and we weren't live. So happy birthday a day late, brother. Brother Joseph. Yes.
Brother Joseph.
We sent him a video last night. It was still his birthday in Central Time, so it counts, right?
Down to the wire there.
Yeah, sometimes, life happens.
Well, speaking of celebrations, we have two things to celebrate today. In addition to Joseph's birthday, which was yesterday. St. Paul Lutheran School in Hamel has something really fun coming up. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. And Concordia Publishing House is celebrating 150 years this year. And we get to talk about what it's like to celebrate 150 years of publishing, of being a Christian publisher, from the author's perspective. So we're going to talk with a friend, Donna Pyle, about being an author with Concordia Publishing House in just a little bit. Thanks to Concordia University, Wisconsin for supporting the Coffee Hour. Find out more about Concordia University, Wisconsin at cuw.edu.
Live uncommon.
Joining us in studio this morning, friends from St. Paul Lutheran School in Hamel, Illinois. Always fun to share about our great Lutheran schools. And St. Paul Lutheran School has, we've had St. Paul on the air here, students and faculty from St. Paul a number of times, and just love sharing their stories. In studio with us today, Principal Kate Telke. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
And proud parents of students at St. Paul Lutheran School in Hamel, Illinois, Beth Schwarz and Serena Ball. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning.
You have something really exciting coming up in October, Oktoberfest. Excited to share that with our listeners. Before we get to that, tell us a little bit about St. Paul Lutheran School in Hamel. For those who haven't heard the St. Paul story here on the Coffee Hour, tell us a story that really tells us what St. Paul is.
Well, St. Paul is Christ-centered, and we have chapel every single day. And part of what really makes us special is that we teach our students about the Christian life on a daily basis. One time we were able to work with a family who came to our school later in second grade, and his parents asked for baptism for their child. And his name was Thomas, and he ended up being baptized on St. Thomas Day. Since we have chapel every day, it worked.
That's cool.
That's
so cool.
Outstanding to receive that gift of baptism, to hear the word in a school. And then, wow, that's okay. Sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
We get jazzed about
baptism
and education and things. But speaking of all of that, St. Paul is a classical Lutheran school. What does that mean for you as a principal and also for the teachers and students that are there?
Yes, very good question. So as a classical Lutheran school, we approach our lessons a little bit differently than what you might see in another Lutheran school because we use the classical model. When we introduce a lesson, we are looking at the grammar of the lesson, and then we go to the logic, the understanding, and then the rhetoric, where the students are able to then express what they have learned. But that extends throughout all 10 years of being at our school, and every subject is connected. And it is really turning back to the way Martin Luther had encouraged the schools to teach back then, which is also throwing back to the ancients and how they taught in Greece and Rome.
Starting with that firm foundation and then building on that. Good stuff. And I want to hear from the parents' perspective what you love about St. Paul Lutheran School. We'll start with Serena. Your children attend St. Paul Lutheran School.
They do.
What do you like about it?
I have 4 children that currently attend there, and the current most exciting thing about St. Paul School is the hissing cockroaches that they are studying right now in biology, because they do hiss and they jump around the room and they get to learn by hands-on learning, but it's still fun to do this. But then that extends. I mean, I'm sort of teasing here, but it's just a lot of fun. And it also is the history timeline, as Mrs. Telke mentioned. I hear them repeating that across the rooms of our home. They're talking about the history timeline and all throughout, from ancient to modern history. And then they keep building on that every year. And I love that they get that groundwork of learning history at the beginning and then actually learning what it actually means. And then there's hymns sung around the house and good stuff like that.
Beth, are your kids just as excited about hissing cockroaches as the Ball kids are?
Absolutely. You put an 8-year-old boy around bugs and he'll be thrilled to death for days, except for when he brings them home and we have a whole collection of them in the house. So
that sounds fun.
Yes.
What do you love about St. Paul Lutheran School for your family?
Well, we have 5 children, ages 21 to 8. And so we have done it all. We started in the public school. We've done other private school. We've homeschooled. And when we found St. Paul's classical education, we realized this is exactly what we needed. We were classically training our children homeschooling for a while, but St. Paul had so much more. And the love that's there, the family atmosphere that's there, the respect that they have for each other and the teachers to the students, the ratio of students to teachers is amazing. And the fact that they do have chapel every day and the Word of God is in every subject that they learn.
And top that off with bugs, and you've got a perfect combination.
That sounds fantastic. I think we should have a hissing cockroach segment here.
No
but
bugs.
Biology nerd. Oh, that'd be so fun. Anyway, this is not about hissing cockroaches. Something that often comes up with parochial education and private education is tuition. Is tuition something that St. Paul families have to think about and consider when they're considering education?
Well, we are very blessed by a congregation who takes a firm approach and a great dedication to their students, that they want to raise them in the Christian life. And so they provide the education for free. Wow. For all of the members. And we offer it to our community as well, but we do have tuition for the community, but they are very generous to those that are in need of financial aid to be able to attend.
Offering this valuable Christian education, classical Lutheran education to the community as well. That's outstanding. And to make that happen, though, that takes some work, some fundraising. And you have a really exciting event coming up. Serena, tell us about the big major fundraiser that's coming up.
And Andy, it's going to be so much fun. On October 18th, 2019, this year, just a couple weeks away, in our St. Paul Lutheran School gym in Hamel, Illinois, we are going to have a real German Oktoberfest. So this is going to start with the Waterloo German Band. And if you know anything about local German bands, they are so much fun. They start with polkas and lots of audience participation and any sort of German song that you can request. And they have cowbells and accordions and, wait for it, the long Ricola alpine horns.
We've got a little sample of that right here. Isn't it?
That's super fun.
So if you want to hear that, you got to come to Oktoberfest.
Yes, please come to Oktoberfest. We also have a fabulous auctioneer. He'll be doing our oral auction, and that is Mike Stock. But I'm afraid, maybe, even though he's a really funny guy and a lot of fun, he may be just a bit upstaged by the Waterloo German Band, because I think people are going to be coming from miles around to hear these guys. They're just really fun. And I will say that people who may have a lot of hot air, I don't know, maybe a few people in this room here, will have the opportunity to blow these alpine horns. Oh. So just throwing that out there.
Is this one of the auction items?
It just might be.
Oh. Beth, tell us about some of the other auction items at the Oktoberfest at St. Paul.
Well, this year we've had so many generous people donate that we have over 100 items to auction off. We have not only just the items that you generally see at auctions, we have many restaurants from both St. Louis and on the east side. We have all kinds of activities. If you want to go to Chicago, we have the Shed Aquarium and the Science Museum. We have all kinds of museums in St. Louis, the Magic House. We have Cardinals tickets, Holiday World tickets, pretty much anything you can think of. We probably have it. So that'll be a lot of fun. We have a lot of baked goods, a lot of some artwork, gift baskets, more gift cards. We have some autographed books. One is from our famous Serena Ball, who happens to be sitting in the studio right now. She's got a very well-known best-selling cookbook out there. But this one is special because along with the cookbook, she will be cooking a meal from the cookbook. So whoever's the highest bidder will be so lucky to be able to have her presents and her book.
That sounds fantastic. So many things, so many exciting things. I'm sure everybody that's listening is now going to want tickets. So how can people...
A chance at the Alpine Horn. Come on.
Alpine Horn, a meal. I mean, come on. How can people find ticket information?
Great question. So we can hardly wait to see all of you. But you can also find out about the school, too, in the same way. So go to school.stpaulhamel.org, and you can learn all about the school, but you can also get tickets there. Or you can go to the school office from 9 to 3, and I'd be happy to give you a tour if you came. And if you would like to come to worship on Sunday morning, we worship at 7:45, and then we have Bible class in between, and you can purchase tickets then.
And for folks maybe not as familiar with where Hamel, Illinois is, how far from the St. Louis area, how do we find Hamel?
Well, just take 55 north and get off at exit 30 and then head up historic Route 66 and you'll find us. We are the Church of the Neon Cross.
Very good. And Beth, I know you had some folks you wanted to thank for helping with Oktoberfest this year as well.
Yes, we have many sponsors this year. So again, we're very, very grateful. I just wanted to mention Lutheran Church Extension Fund, Lutheran Public Radio, Chick-fil-A, Ernst Heating and Cooling, Seavers Equipment, Baker Construction, and the St. Paul's Ladies Aid. We have many more too, but these are ones that we especially wanted to give a shout out to. So thank you.
Very good. And again, the date for the Oktoberfest.
October 18.
October 18. You want to get tickets for that soon, and your chance at the Alpine Horn. So thank you so much. Again, school.stpaulhamel.org. Is that right?
Correct.
Very good. Thank you so much for being here this morning, friends.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.